All right. Let's continue our coverage from Super Bowl 59. I'm Brad Weisstein for NFL Alumni, presented by Passera. Better is possible. Here is Erin, Coscarelli, NFL host, Tennis Channel talent, host of Believe.
Yeah.
It's nice to see you.
Thank you for having me. It's been fun to be here. It's like assault on the senses, stimulation overload. My hair is a hot mess, but I'm here and I'm having a good time.
Times Square football, that's what this is.
It's kind of an accurate statement, right?
Yeah.
Is this your first time being in New Orleans for a Super Bowl?
No. It's going to age me, but no, it's not the first time I've been in New Orleans for a Super Bowl. How about you?
It is for me, and I actually really love New Orleans. It's
Yeah.
such a fun place, and people coming together. It has a very celebration vibe to it, right?
My wife calls this a boondoggle, but everyone else calls this kind of a celebration of really American sports, really more than anything.
Right,
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah,
What's been your experience here this week?
You know, just lots of traffic.
You're used to that.
But you know what? I'm in LA, so that's, par for the course. It's just been fun. It's great to reconnect and see people. And it's not just about the big game. There's so many things that I think I love having the players sort of speak about, things that are important to them. We had Marshall Faulk on our show, and he's a real advocate for, the anti-drugs. And I love when players use their platform to sort of help and support and move the ball forward, if you will, with things that are important in society. So it's been cool to just be here and celebrate.
You create content around the Rams, and you're based in Los Angeles. I am curious about what your experience was dealing with the fires and having a team that was playing in the playoffs at the same time.
Yeah, it was pretty surreal, because obviously the Rams had secured the home field advantage, and then to lose it would have been devastating if they didn't end up winning that game. And it was a game for the city, to galvanize the city. It was really tough too, as a broadcaster, to even talk about sports during that week. My mom had to get evacuated. She was okay, but a lot of my friends, family lost houses. It was devastating. It really was. It was very apocalyptic. The sky was orange, there was haze, ash everywhere.
I had a nephew in Altadena, and it's gone.
Really? Yeah. I mean, a lot of people in Altadena, and even if your home survived, what do you come back to? So to have them win that game, unfortunately, they didn't end up pulling off the divisional round, but it's been a journey to see this team and how they started to now, have somewhat of a really optimistic future. I think 2025 is going to be a good year, hopefully, for the Rams.
I think you get a really good sense of what football and sports mean to a community in these moments, right? You got to see it live and in person, what it meant for them to win, what they've been doing in the community to try to help rebuild.
It's just, this is why I love sports, is because it's human stuff. We had Jane Slater, who covers the Cowboys, on our show, and she was, we were asking about Brian Schottenheimer, and I think a lot of people are kind of like, it's not a splashy, sexy name. And she told us this story. She was like, why, what's important for you? And she's like, he said, my first thing I did was I called my mom, Brian said this, and said, I'm going to do this for my dad. And he had just recently lost his dad, or had lost his dad, and so that was a really important thing. And I think
he's a legend.
Right, and it's relatable, right? I lost my dad 2-3 years ago, and to have sort of that connection to people who are your sports idols or icons, I think it's the same thing with the wildfires. It's like it gives us hope, and there's a relatability and a vulnerability component that these guys, sure, they have unbelievable talent on the football field, but they're people too, and I like that. That's what I love.
I mean, in my community in Washington, where I call the games, it's been kind of a rekindling of the fan base. They had an unexpected season.
Yeah.
It's kind of brought everybody together.
Yes.
And then you see the other end of the spectrum where the Rams were expected to be pretty good. They've got this great coach. They've got this great quarterback.
Yeah.
And then horrible events occur. And at the same time, football can kind of galvanize people in very different ways.
Well, and not just the Rams community, like what the Cardinals did, and Michael Bidwill, like he sent jets to pick up the personnel, family, I think a couple of dogs. That is amazing to me. When it's like, look, we're competitors, but at the end of the day, like we're all here trying to do the same thing. If we can support the mission and help each other out, it's amazing what it does for the community, right?
Yeah, Chargers too, as well. Obviously, they were part of it. They were playing in the playoffs at the same time too. Very difficult. All right, who you got in the Super Bowl?
I mean, Am I going to give you the boring answer? I would love.
You don't have to.
I would love
Give me the
for
exciting
it.
answer.
I would
Yeah.
love for it to be the Eagles. It's just really hard to, of course, as everyone said this week, it's hard to sort of bet against Patrick Mahomes, who's just so good when you have the 2-minute drill and give the guy 90 seconds. And that's why they had so many close games and won them, because it's like, it's Pat Mahomes, right? So I'm going with the Chiefs. It's not the sexy answer, but it's hard to root against him. I would love to see the Eagles win. It's been really fun to watch them, Saquon coming over, Giants fans being so upset. And the resurgence of the running back position, right? With Derrick Henry and just seeing how the game is just always keeping you guessing, right? So it's been fun. Yeah, so the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Long-winded, but the Chiefs, yeah.
Erin, it was a pleasure meeting you. Thanks for coming on today.
Thank you for having me. Nice to meet you.